The Legacy Award. It recognizes an individual for their continued leadership and noteworthy contributions to the Cedar Valley.
This is done through philanthropy and volunteerism, working to create a positive environment for business expansion and community growth and enhancing the quality of life for talent recruitment and retention.
And the Legacy Award is sponsored by Wells Fargo Bank.
This year's recipient is none other than Tim Hurley.
This community has Tim Hurley's fingerprints all over it. So between being a 30-year employee or more at John Deere, serving on the city council, serving as mayor for a long time, on the boards of many of our nonprofit organizations, most of them he was chair of the board, and led those discussions and led those projects and those initiatives, always with the well-being of Waterloo and the Cedar Valley and wanting to make sure that people saw this community in the way it deserved.
Tim brings dedication, he brings inclusivity, he brings devotion, and I think he brings a lot of patience. It's Tim's style to make sure every other voice is heard, to bring the group along with him. So he's really a team builder, and that's been important for us at TechWorks.
There's not one thing that he wouldn't ask you to do that he's not willing to do himself. If he asks you to maybe try to support this particular board, he's already on that board or doing it. If he's asked to do a responsibility while he was mayor, it is something that he would have done himself. I think he's a true expression of leading by example, and that's exactly what we need.
You need all kinds of leaders, those at the prow, those in the middle manning the engine room and the kitchen, and then those in the rear who pick up the pieces. I'm a middle person. I'm a firm believer that any organization, whether it's organic or business or whatever, needs to continue growing. If you're not growing, you're withering or dying.
He loves this community. He grew up here, he's raised his family here. He has put every ounce of his energy into making sure that what goes on in Waterloo and the Cedar Valley is positive.
The city of Waterloo 15, 20 years ago had been through some tough times. And his work along the riverfront renaissance to continue that vision and dream, his work in culture and arts, and the foundation that he brings with leadership has been one that's been steady. So I'm actually proud that I'm able to stand on the shoulders of a Tim Hurley and my moving forward as mayor.
When I would first go to statewide meetings as a freshman mayor, and introduce myself. Oh my God, you're from Waterloo. Oh my God, I feel so badly for you, and what a mess you have up there, and that sort of thing. Within 2 or 3 years, the same people were coming to me and, Tim, Mayor, how did you do this? How are you doing that? Can we come up and see what's going on?
He has been a mentor, although I beat him. I beat him. But what he has meant to me has been a confidential, confident mentor for me in this position. He's one of the best cheerleaders and advocates for the city of Waterloo and for me in my mayoralship time.
The Legacy Award is a recognition for someone who has demonstrated the vision and the notoriety and the humble nature of what someone who is in that position needs to put forward. So he is so deserving of the Legacy Award. Everything he does is something that will be noted for a long, long time and well-deserved.
Receiving the Legacy Award was a complete surprise to me, and it's very humbling, to be very honest. I deeply appreciate the recognition. But when I look back at previous winners, anybody could recognize what they contributed to the Cedar Valley, and I don't put myself in that same neighborhood at all. So I'm surprised and deeply, deeply appreciative.
The Legacy Award is a distinction that is awarded by the CEO of Grow Cedar Valley. It is for recognition of someone who has been a leader, a contributor, and a champion for the Cedar Valley. One who has already left a legacy with a positive and influential impact in our community. Tim Hurley has worn all of those hats and many more. In addition to serving on the Waterloo City Council and then mayor, Tim has either served on or chaired almost every board or committee contributing to the growth and success of Waterloo and the Cedar Valley. Over the years, especially as we served together in the TechWorks project, Tim and I have become friends, a friend I respect on every level. So while I want to celebrate his leadership and legacy with all of you, I'm most honored to call him friend. So congratulations, Tim, well deserved.
Thank you, Cary, and congratulations to all the other 2020 Annual Award recipients. I'm sincerely honored to receive this Legacy Award. In fact, I was entirely surprised when I first learned about it. It was one of those wah moments, as the kids might say. That I was nominated by Cary Darrah was just icing on the cake. I've known of Cary and her leadership, community service, and accomplishments long before we began working together on economic and community development in the Cedar Valley some 15 years ago. Her character and qualities have only grown in my mind over the years, and if I achieved her trust that resulted in this nomination, then I am supremely honored by that fact alone. Besides the deep sense of honor, I am ever more so deeply humbled by this recognition. When you look at the names, when I look at the names of the previous legacy recipients, it feels strange to realize that my name will be added to that list. Anyone in the community who looks at the names of the previous recipients will immediately recognize and know why they were honored. Their accomplishments and their importance to the health and growth of the Cedar Valley cannot be mistaken. These good men and women are singularly responsible for the development of our community and our economy, and their contributions of time, talent, and treasure continue to be felt today. It is not due to any false humility at all on my part to say again, what am I doing here in their company? All I can do is pledge that I will continue for as long as is possible to help make the Cedar Valley a better place to live, work, and play. My personal mission is to know someday that my colleagues and friends believe I deserved this recognition, and then finally that I feel I have earned it. Thank you so much.